Greetings, Advanced Creations. My name is Alistair Bancroft, and I have the grotesquely wonderful opportunity to present for you yet another twisted narrative from the world of abandoned hopes. A place where light dies and darkness becomes your reality. If you're lucky, your refuge. In this episode, the benefactor has enlisted the services of a veteran warrior of epic self-trumpeting and vanity, plunging him into the putrid twist of Ugly Monkey's Kingdom Inn. The Framer's Fury, and in the Ponytail of Doom, An Ugly Monkey Tale, by B.K. Swain, 2024. On a quiet, foggy evening in the small, isolated town of Heron Pass, a tall figure moved with purpose through the mist. Scorn, known to some as Scorn the Framer, stood nearly 7 feet tall, his long blonde ponytail trailing behind him like a living whip. It was no ordinary ponytail. Scorn wielded it as a weapon, a testament to his lethal precision and unique prowess. Before him stood a light blue shed, seemingly innocuous yet steeped in a sinister aura. His benefactor's instructions echoed in his mind: enter the shed, find the portal, and confront the evil within. Scorn clenched his fists, the sinews in his arms rippling with tension. He had faced many horrors, but the unknown always held its own special terror. He pushed open the shed door, revealing a dark, swirling vortex at its center. The portal seemed to draw in the white light around it, a ravenous maw ready to consume him. Steeling himself, Scorn stepped forward and was sucked into the vortex, his body and mind hurtling through a kaleidoscope of darkness and distorted visions. He landed with a jarring thud in a dimension twisted beyond comprehension. The air was thick with the palpable sense of dread, and the sky above roiled with unnatural hues. The ground beneath his feet seemed to shift and writhe as if alive. All around him, the tortured screams of beings that may have once been human echoed through the desolate landscape. As he moved, the scenery around him seemed to glitch, flickering from vibrant colors to sepia tones, and then to stark black and white, as if some malevolent force was slapping new lenses over reality. Scorn surveyed his surroundings. Twisted, malformed creatures staggered and crawled, their minds shattered by unimaginable torment. They lashed out at one another with wild abandon, driven by a madness that seemed to seep into the very fabric of this hellish realm. Who goes there? A voice rasped from the shadows, filled with fear and desperation. Scorn turned, his eyes narrowing as he spotted a young woman with raven black hair, her face pale and streaked with dirt and tears. She was chained to a large, grotesque statue, her body trembling with exhaustion and fear. "I'm Scorn," he said, his voice a low, menacing growl. "Scorn the Framer. Who are you?" "I am Cristautia," she replied, her voice barely a whisper. "I was on vacation from Sweden for the bash on the Pass 24 on Heron Pass, when suddenly I was lured into an absolutely beautiful and meticulously maintained light blue shed with the cutest white trim by the hauntingly warm and welcoming voice of Ernie Harwell announcing the 1984 World Series. Which is really strange, because I don't even know who Ernie Harwell is. But that's when it happened. A horrible, maniacal creature took me, judged me, and sentenced me to peel bananas for eternity. Scorn's eyes hardened. Ugly Monkey, the demonic creature his benefactor had warned him about. This entity passed through the portal to judge humans, always finding them guilty and condemning them to unimaginable fates. He moved swiftly, his ponytail lashing out like a whip to shatter the chains binding Cristautia. She gasped, rubbing her raw wrists as she looked up at him with a mixture of hope and fear. "We need to move," Scorn said. "This place is filled with dangers you can't imagine. Stay close." As they navigated the twisted landscape, they encountered more of the humanoid creatures, their bodies grotesquely contorted, their minds lost to madness. The creatures attacked with feral intensity, but Scorn was relentless, his ponytail a blur of deadly motion, slicing through their ranks with brutal efficiency. The landscape continued to shift unnervingly, flickering between glitching, sepia, and black and white, adding to the disorientating horror. "Why are you here?" Christasha asked between gasps, her eyes wide with the mix of fear and awe. "I've come to destroy an ugly monkey," Scorn replied, not taking his eyes off the path ahead. "To end its reign of terror and free those trapped here." Their journey led them to the heart of the realm, a vast, desolate expanse where ugly monkey's lair loomed like a malignant growth. The creature itself was a nightmarish vision, a grotesque fusion of fur, claws, and malevolent energy. Its eyes burned with a hatred that seemed to pierce through Scorn's very soul. "Another human to judge," Ugly Monkey snarled, its voice a guttural growl that reverberated through the air. "You are all guilty. You will suffer as the others have." "Not today," Scorn growled, stepping forward. "Today you face judgment." The battle that ensued was fierce and brutal. Ugly Monkey's attacks were relentless, its claws slicing through the air with deadly precision. Scorn fought back with equal ferocity, his ponytail whipping through the air, each strike a blur of motion. The ground trembled beneath their feet, the air thick with the scent of blood and the echoes of their struggle. "You're strong!" Ugly Monkey hissed, its eyes narrowing. "But you cannot defeat me. This realm is mine. I am its master." "We'll see about that," Scorn retorted, his voice a growl of defiance. He struck with renewed vigor, driving the creature back step by step. Christasha watched in terrified awe as Scorn and Ugly Monkey clashed, their battle a violent dance of power and will. The outcome would determine not only their fates, but the fate of countless others trapped in this nightmarish dimension. As the struggle reached its peak, Scorn felt a surge of determination. He couldn't fail. He wouldn't. With a final, mighty swing of his ponytail, he struck Ugly Monkey with all his strength, sending the creature crashing to the ground. As he turned to check on Christasha, Ugly Monkey, with a wicked grin, suddenly lunged and grabbed Christasha, dragging her into the shadows. "No!" Christasha screamed, her voice filled with terror. "Help me!" Scorn rushed forward, but it was too late. Ugly Monkey disappeared into the darkness, Christasha's screams fading into the distance. A moment later, two figures emerged from the shadows. The first was a dashingly handsome man with piercing blue eyes and a confident demeanor. "I'm Bryanton the Scribe," he said, his voice calm and authoritative. "I can change the very fabric of this story with my words, with my enchanted quill." He looked down to show it off, just as a grotesque humanoid snatched it and devoured it, its eyes glinting with malevolent glee. The creature let out a booger-level belch and scurried off, giggling. "Damn it!" Bryanton cursed, frustration evident in his voice. "We'll have to find another way." The second figure, a woman with flowing, beautiful blonde hair, full lips, alluring blue eyes, and an aura of quiet strength, stepped forward. "I am Alana Pisces," she said, her voice steady. "I have been in this world for a super long time, and I also have skills that can help, though I choose at this time for their nature to remain yet to be seen." Scorn, the Framer, looked at the newcomers, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and determination. "Christasha has been taken," he said. "Will you help me save her and end Ugly Monkey's reign?" Bryanton and Alana exchanged a determined glance before nodding. Since Alana and I are very romantically involved and are thinking about getting a hut together, we'll help, Bryanton said, his voice resolute. Alana nodded and smiled at Bryanton. Together, we'll face whatever horrors lie ahead.